Hello, and welcome back to my climb to Masters. Just a short summary on how this works. Every day I am playing 3 games and I started in Gold 4. I am maining Belveth Jungle and the goal is to hit Masters by the end of the year. On day 9 we ended on Plat 3 90 LP with 18 wins and 9 losses with a win rate of 67%. In the last video, we learned a lot about how supports are becoming a nuisance and how they are roaming more to stop a lot of plans to show up to objectives. Before, supports don't roam too much, and as the game gets higher in elo, supports are starting to do what they were always meant to do, which is not just support the ADC, but support the team. The last 3 days I learned something new about this role through watching scrims with Los Ratones, and also through my own gameplay, but before we get started, 98% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and I would greatly appreciate it if you do. It is completely free and you're coming back anyway, so why not hit that button? Also, I am offering free coaching sessions. If you go into the description of this video, you will find my Discord. Please add me so we can get a session started. Without further ado, let's get into the 10th day of this challenge and talk about what I've learned while reviewing and playing these games. The 10th day, we had 1 win and 2 losses. This first loss we have nothing to talk about. Yon fed his brains out, and even though he knew he was behind, he kept feeding. Over and over and over again. I was so frustrated with this guy. He was a one-trick and got absolutely stomped. I don't know how this matchup is exactly. I thought it looked pretty skill-based, so how can a Yone one-trick lose this bad? Anyways, free loss and we move on. The next game was a win and then another loss. This loss was pretty tilting, a 40-minute game where it was basically even throughout the whole game, but I'm not gonna lie, I made 3 crucial mistakes. Well, the team made 2, but I made 1 that felt like it made us lose the game. Early game was going pretty good, and until 20 minutes this game looked like it was in the bag, but then the first mistake came, which was this Otacon fight. We talked about team fights before and what makes a team fight winnable. Numbers advantage is number 1 when it comes down to it. If you have more players than the enemy, you will usually win, but this is not the case all the time. The second biggest factor is the HP and mana of our team. As you can see, we are not healthy at all, so it was pretty scary to go for this. A third factor is the strengths of all the champs, and Viego is what changed this fight. If he gets 1 kill to reset off of, the fight is an immediate loss because of all our HP bars, and this is exactly what happened. Dumb decision from us, and as an amazing decision by the Viego to fight this. This just proves that, yes, numbers advantage is extremely important, but it is not the end-all be-all when it comes to a team fight. A lot of factors goes into winning one, and one of them we weren't looking at was the strength of Viego. The second mistake was after killing the Otacon in another fight. Firstly, this is no time to fight. We just killed the objective, farm and reset until another objective is ready for us. A huge blunder from me was this stun I took from Elise. It was basically over after that as I got one shot from this 1 CC that I took. I was not expecting this damage, and looking back into it now, I know why. Elise support item is one thing. I was taking 10% bonus damage for 10 seconds from melee champs, and 5% from ranged. Second, I am tired of how strong AP magic pen boots are in this patch when they get feats of strength. Victor may have not hit me a lot when I got CC'd, but oh boy did his laser absolutely chunk me after it. The game was still going good after this, but boy oh boy was it gonna be hard to win. Next mistake was completely on me. I have no words, but stupid. We got Baron, and I wanted everyone to do the easy Baron strat of push all waves and suffocate the enemy until they lose. Firstly, this didn't happen. My team is not doing that, and I want to scream at my screen. I also didn't follow my own rule when it came to Baron. You can play as safe as possible. The minions will do most of the work for you. I was so bloodthirsty after this misposition of these 2 enemies that I was not doing that, and they both got away from me on 10 HP and I ended up dying. The third thing was the worst, and I will take no fault for it. My team follows me to my death even though they should just be mid lane or top lane getting towers and inhibits for free, as there is a whole team down here to kill me. But never mind that, I made a mistake and the team followed me to my downfall. This game was over at this point. This Baron would have made us win, but our team made a crucial mistake and we couldn't do anything about it. This wasn't the fight that ended it, but it was the one place where we had a big chance of winning. We ended the 10th day at Plat 397 LP. The 11th day, I played 0 games. Wait, what? Hold on, let me explain. Everyone has bad days, and this day was one of them for me. I started training for my work again as a lifeguard, and after that, it was 5 o'clock. Okay, I still have time to play my games. But my body had other plans. I had a big migraine from the stress of work, and also the computer light didn't help. So I took the day off for the games, but I made them up for the very next day, so let's get into the 12th day. 6 games, 4 wins, and 2 losses. So, the first loss. I don't have a lot to talk about. I just want to ask a simple question for you guys to see just from this screen, why did we lose? If you said team comp, you are absolutely right. Not only did we basically have harder to hit CC, we had 0 engage. If one person on a team has an engaged champ like this Amumu or this Maokai, if the other team doesn't have one, they are most likely going to lose every single fight that they will be a part of. And that is what happened here. It was so difficult to engage the enemy because our champs would be blown up for one Amumu ult or Maokai ult that we could not step up and gave so much space to the enemy for free. This was a loss from champ select, which sucks, but hey, league is league and this will happen. But oh boy, did the 4 back-to-back wins feel really good. This first win looked so lost in the first few minutes, but I noticed something that made us win. Our bot lane was feeding to the max, and when one of them dies, which was usually the Swain, the other laner would get dove and die easily from the Rel Corki. This does suck a lot, but it is super exploitable if they don't know where I am. When I was bot side at one point, I knew this was about to happen. Swain just died and Lux was under tower ready to get dove. I waited for a good 15 seconds, and once they executed the dive, it was a free shutdown on the Corki. Alright, cool. This brings me further ahead so I can hopefully carry. I did this strat again, and again, another free shutdown and kill for me. They fell for it a second time. This led bot lane to come back a bit and also broke the mental of this Corki. After this failed dive again, this Corki was not playing well anymore. Bot lane was not the only issue this game though. Mid lane was doing terribly, and thank the Lord top lane was absolutely destroying the other top laner. Me and Wukong single-handedly carried this game. The next 2 games made me think about supports a lot more. Honestly, they are not there to support the ADC at all game. They are there to support me all game. If me and the support were together, it was basically impossible for them to do anything in these games. I will just show a bunch of clips where me and the support were playing together and pinging each other for free kills and picks that just snowballed to a win. He knew exactly where I wanted to be and what I wanted to fight, and was the perfect wingman to helping the other team have a complete nightmare of a game. I tip my hat to you, great player, and I wish I could have a support like this every game. Let's skip the win and loss. I honestly have nothing to talk about except for the first time I got mid lane. I chose mid lane as my second role, thinking that I would never in a million years get mid, but somehow I did. I played pretty well, getting a good push roam strat going, but it was a team def. I was so angry that I didn't get into the jungle, and my Volibear score at the end of the game was even more tilting. Why, League? Why do you do this to me? Autofill me mid to have the shittiest jungler on the planet! But at the end of this day, and at the end of these 3 days, we ended up in Plat 1 2LP with a total of 23 wins and 13 losses, with a win rate of 64%. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like. If you have any comments about my gameplay, I would love to hear your thoughts and debates. I hope your climb is going well and you're having a great new season. Take care.